Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So today we will continue our lesson with the solution of system of linear equation. Okay, sebelum ni kita dah tengok macam mana kita nak solve system of linear equation dengan menggunakan Cramer's rule, inversion method dan juga Gauss elimination method. Okay, hari ni kita nak tengok sebenarnya system of linear equation ini mempunyai beberapa jenis atau a few types of solution. Okay, so kita nak tengok types of solution for our system of linear equation. But before that, we will learn on a few terms. Okay, kita akan tengok beberapa terms yang important later, yang kita akan guna later. Okay, so the first one is the leading and free variables. So kita kena faham apa dia yang dikatakan sebagai leading dan juga free variables. Okay, so sebelum kita pergi kepada leading dan free variables, let's see about pivot and non-pivot positions. So apa dia dimaksudkan dengan pivot and non-pivot positions? Okay, when you first have a system of linear equation, bila awak ada a system of linear equation, the first thing yang awak kena buat adalah transform dia menjadi matrix. Okay, transform the system to matrix form. Okay, so awak akan dapat matrix A, which is awak akan dapat matrix A as a coefficient matrix, then awak akan dapat matrix X as a variable matrix equal to matrix V, which is a constant matrix. Okay, so from this system of matrix, you transform it into augmented matrix. Okay, awak transform dia menjadi augmented matrix. So apa yang awak akan dapat adalah the form of matrix A with the matrix constant B. Okay, so this one is called as an augmented matrix. Okay, so the first one we want to see about the pivot and non-pivot position, and the pivot and non-pivot position is especially for the matrix A here. Okay, so kalau awak tengok sekarang ni apa yang dikatakan sebagai pivot position. A pivot position of a matrix is a position that correspond to a row with leading one in row echelon form or reduced row echelon form. Okay, so bila awak dah tukar awak punya matrix ke dalam awak punya sistem ke dalam bentuk matrix, the first thing yang you kena buat adalah you reduce it into row echelon form or reduced row echelon form. Okay, so you can reduce it into row echelon form ataupun reduce row echelon form. Sebelum ni kita dah belajar apa dia row echelon form. Okay, so dia ada beberapa syarat untuk jadi row echelon form. Syarat yang pertama, kalau awak ada zero row, okay, zero row mesti duduk dekat bawah sekali. Okay, bawah sekali. Syarat yang kedua, untuk row yang ada non-zero number. Okay, untuk row yang ada non-zero number, the first number mestilah bermula dengan 1. Kita panggil dia sebagai leading one. Okay, kalau dia adalah non-zero number, number tu yang pertama mesti bermula dengan 1. Dan syarat yang ketiga adalah 1 tu mesti membentuk tangga, iaitu dia bergerak ke kanan. Okay, dia turun ke kanan. Okay, 1 leading one ni mesti berbentuk tangga. So ini adalah syarat row echelon form. So you can reduce your matrix into row echelon form, atau awak boleh juga reduce it into reduced row echelon form. Kalau reduce row echelon form ni, dia ada satu lagi syarat di mana selain daripada 1, nombor yang lain mesti kosong. Itu reduce row echelon form. Okay, tapi sudah memadai awak hanya reduce the matrix into row echelon form. Okay, so the first thing you need to do when you have a system of linear equation, the first one adalah awak transform daripada sistem pergi kepada matrix. Okay, so awak akan dapat A X equal to B. Okay, then awak reduce the augmented matrix into sama ada row echelon form ataupun reduce row echelon form. So ini ada adalah step yang awak kena buat. Okay, selepas awak dah reduce matrix awak kepada row echelon form ataupun reduce row echelon form, untuk awak kenal pasti yang mana satu dipanggil sebagai pivot position, awak tengok leading one. Maksudnya dekat row tu, one yang pertama, non-zero yang pertama mestilah one. So this one called as a leading one. Untuk row yang kedua, kita panggil this one is a leading one. So this one is a pivot position. Okay, untuk row yang pertama, this one is leading one, this one is leading one, so this one is a pivot position. Okay, so untuk yang ini, this one is the leading one. Row yang kedua, this one is the leading one. Untuk row yang ketiga, this one is the leading one. So this one is a pivot position. Okay, so yang mana yang tak ada leading one tu kita panggil dia sebagai non-pivot position. Okay, so untuk yang this one is the leading one. This one is the leading one. So this one is called as a pivot position. Okay, and this one is the leading one, and this one is the leading one. We call it as a pivot position. Okay, so the column yang kita ada leading one ini kita panggil dia sebagai pivot column. Okay, this one is pivot column. Dia ada leading one, so dia adalah pivot column. So the one yang tak ada leading one ni kita panggil dia non-pivot position or non-pivot column. Okay, yang tak ada leading one ni adalah non-pivot position or non-pivot column. Okay, so tengok this one ada leading one, so this one is the pivot column, this one is a pivot column as well, but this one has no leading one, so this one is non-pivot. Okay, this one is pivot, this one is pivot, but this one, and this one is non-pivot. Okay, so that one is how to see the pivot and non-pivot column. Okay, where the pivot column will have one as a leading one, okay, while the non-pivot column will not have a leading one in the column. Okay, so that one is the first one. Then we will see what is called as a leading and free variables. Okay, so if you see the definition here, the leading variables is the variables that correspond to the pivot column. Okay, while the free variables is the variable that correspond to the non-pivot column. So just now we have seen how to identify the pivot and non-pivot column, where the pivot column has a leading one in that column, while the non-pivot column don't have a leading one. So let's see which column have a leading one. So if you see, this one is the leading one, this one is the leading one. So this column we call this as pivot column. Okay, while the other column here that don't have a leading one, we call this as a non-pivot. Okay, non-pivot column. Okay, so same goes to this one. The one with the leading one, here is the leading one and also the leading one. Okay, so this one is called as a pivot column, this one is called as a pivot column, but because of this one don't have any leading one, this one is called as a non-pivot column. So the variable that correspond to the pivot column, we call it as a leading variable, while the variable that correspond to the non-pivot column, we call it as free variables. Okay, so how to know what is the variable that correspond to each column? Okay, you know that from the system of linear equations. Okay, let's say you have a system of linear equation that have a variable x1, x2, x3, for example. Okay, the first column here correspond to the variable x1, the second column here will correspond to the variable x2, okay, and the third column here is correspond to the variable x3. Okay, so if you can see here, this one is the leading one, this one is the leading one, therefore this column is a pivot column. Okay, while this one is a non-pivot column because you don't have any leading one in this column. Okay, therefore according to the definitions, the variable that correspond to the pivot column is called as leading variable, while the variable that correspond to a non-pivot column is called as free variable. So for this case, the leading variable is x1 and x2 because both of them is correspond to the pivot column. Okay, and the free variable is x3 because it's belong to the non-pivot column. So how to know about pivot and non-pivot? Pivot, you have leading one in that column. Non-pivot, you don't have leading one in that column. Okay, so let's see this example. Another example here. So this one is the column for variable x1, for variable x2, and for variable x3. Okay, so now you can see here you have leading one here and you also have leading one here. Therefore this column we call as a pivot column. So this one is pivot column, and the one without leading one here we call as a non-pivot column. Okay, so based on the definition, the variable that correspond to the pivot column is a leading variable. So in this case, the leading variable is x1 and x2, while the variable that correspond to the non-pivot column we call as a free variable. So this one, the free variable is x3. Okay, so let's see this one. This one is pivot column because it's have a leading variables here. So this one is x1, x2, x3 and x4. So what is your leading variable? It will be x1 and x4, while the variable that don't have any leading one here we call as a non-pivot column. Therefore we have a free variable x2 and x3. Okay, so another example here. Let's see another example here. Okay, so this one is x1, x2 and x3. So let's see that is it the column have the leading one. So here is the leading one, here is the leading one, here is the leading one as well. Means that all of this column is pivot column. This one is pivot, this one is also pivot column. Therefore all of the variable here is the leading variable because it's belong to the pivot column. Okay, so x1, x2 and x3. Okay, for this example, which one is the leading one? This one is the leading one, this one is the leading one, this one is the leading one. Therefore this column is the pivot column, this column also a pivot column, and this column also a pivot column, while the other column that don't have the leading one is a non-pivot column. This one is non-pivot column, and okay, so this one is for the variable x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. So the one that correspond to the pivot column is a leading variable, which is x1, x3 and x5, while the one that correspond to the non-pivot column is the free variable, which is x2 and x4. Okay, so this is how you want to determine which one is the leading variable and which one is a free variable. It is important for the next topic. A few terms, which the first term is the pivot and non-pivot column. Okay, then we also have seen about the leading variables and the free variables, where the leading variables is the variables that belong to the pivot column and free variables is the variables that belong to the non-pivot column. Okay, so now what we need to do is, what we want to see here is the rank of the matrices. Okay, so what is the rank of the matrices? So this one is one term that is important for you to know. Okay, what is the rank of our matrix? So to find the rank of our matrix is the same methodology with the previous one. The first thing you need to do when you have a system of linear equation is you need to transform it into the matrix form, where you will have A, X equal to B. Okay, so A is the coefficient matrix, X is the variable matrix, and B is the constant matrix. Then from this kind of matrix, you transform it into the augmented matrix, where you will have in the form of this one. Okay, so when you have the augmented matrix, the third things you need to do is you reduce it into row echelon form or reduce row echelon form. You need to reduce by using the elementary row operation, reduce it into this form first. Okay, then how can we find the rank of the matrix? Okay, after you have reduced it into row echelon form, okay, you just need to count the number of non-zero row. Maksudnya awak kena kira berapa baris yang bukan kosong. Maksudnya elemen dia ada yang bukan kosong. Kalau semua kosong, kita tak kira. Okay, we will count the number of non-zero row. Okay, for example, you have this matrix. Okay, awak ada matrix ni. Lepas tu awak buat elementary row operation. So beberapa step elementary row operation. So awak akan reduce it into this form. This is the row echelon form. Okay, awak tengok setiap baris the non-zero number yang pertama adalah 1. Lepas tu dia membentuk tangga. Syarat yang kedua. Syarat yang ketiga, kalau dia ada zero row duduk bawah sekali. Okay, so ni adalah row echelon form. So macam mana kita nak kira rank untuk matrix ni? Rank untuk matrix adalah bilangan baris non-zero number. Okay, bilangan non-zero row, baris yang mengandungi bukan kosong. So kalau awak tengok dekat sini, this one is the first one, non-zero row. This one is the second one, non-zero row. And this one is the third one, non-zero row. Kenapa kita tak kira yang ini? Yang ini sebab semua elemen dia adalah kosong. So kita panggil this one as zeros row. Okay, so rank of the matrix is the number of non-zero row, bilangan baris yang bukan kosong. So how many? You have 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so that kita kata rank untuk matrix ni adalah 3. Okay, so kita tengok example yang kedua. So awak ada matrix ni, so awak buat elementary row operation, awak reduce dia menjadi ini. Ini adalah dia punya row echelon form. Awak boleh try. Okay, so sekarang kita nak cari rank untuk matrix ni. So rank adalah bilangan baris yang bukan kosong. So this one is the one, bukan kosong. Ini pun bukan kosong. So ada berapa banyak baris yang bukan kosong? Kita ada 1, kita ada 2. So maksudnya rank untuk matrix ni adalah 2, because kita ada 2 baris yang bukan kosong. Okay, so this is the rank of the matrix. So this is how you want to find the rank of the matrix. Okay, benda yang pertama awak kena buat adalah reduce awak punya matrix kepada row echelon form, atau awak boleh juga reduce kepada reduce row echelon form, tak kisah mana-mana. Lepas tu awak bilang berapa bilangan baris yang mempunyai non-zero number. So that one is the rank of the matrix.